keeping those wheels turning, keeping things in motion. It's important to keep things going forward. And I've done some high building this morning. I've just come back 40 minutes later, and I'm just checking for bubbles, checking that resin is penetrating. And bubbles are a good thing, because if you've got bubbles, it means that the resin has penetrated the thread and everything's bonded really well. So I'm just going back over it with a flame. It's important to note that if you are going to use a flame, not to use it underneath, because you get the soot from the flame transferred into the resin and the thread, and you don't want those marks on your rod. So if you are going to use a flame, use it on the side or on the top, just to pop out those bubbles. So I'm going to get this done, then I'm going to do something more important to me, which is go out and try and catch some fish. So I'm really lucky and privileged to be able to come up and have a bit of a play on a couple of private little waters which aren't open to the public. There's not a lot of fish in here. They're choked up with weed at the moment. I've had a walk around. I've only seen 1 or 2 fish. I'm going to walk around the whole lake, pick a few swims and ground bait and pre-feed all the areas that I want to fish. So by the time I've walked around these couple of small waters and done all that, get back to the start, hopefully the fish will be starting to feed, or at least moving from the weed. We can then address it, have a look, and maybe try and pull one out. I don't think it's going to be easy. It's very warm. They're basking around. Like I say, I've only seen 1 or 2 fish. They're not moving much. But what a beautiful place. Beautiful place, out in the sunshine. White clouds, blue sky, birds are singing everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful up here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Right, tackle, really simple. Rod, reel, 8-pound mainline, 1 hook, no controller float. Cheap bread. I've gone around, I've baited the lake. I'm going to sit down, have an apple, have my munch, and hopefully the fish can get on the munch as well. So I've been here less than an hour. I've done 2 laps on the lake, 1 to bait up, 1 with the gear, just to have a mooch and a nose and see what I can see happening. There's a few fish taking the bait, but they're not competing, and you want them in that competing mode. They've got to be pushing each other out of the way. So when you put your hook bait in, which looks slightly unusual to them, they don't hesitate to take it. And you don't want to waste your opportunity on a small fish in a swim, because once you've hooked the fish in a swim and you play it and you land it, hopefully you've spooked that swim. You've got to go to the hard work of baiting it up again. I've got my Polaroids, which are really important. I've got my padded carp bag to protect the fish. I hopefully hook one and land one. I'm going to do another lap now and maybe think about putting it in. There's no point in rushing because you waste your hard work. So let's get on it. The ultimate fisherman. He missed. There's a few fish starting to show now. They're not big fish, but they're definitely interested. Look at them. Oh. So we've had one. First drop in. Wasn't a fish I was targeting. Fish I was targeting got blindsided by this greedy little pasty common. Lovely little fish. But it's going to be quite tricky because the weed is so thick. Either way, we're off the mark. Beautiful. These fish aren't fished for. Look at the mouth. Absolutely immaculate. So that's another reason why it's quite tricky. The fish aren't fished for. And yeah, they're not used to food going in. They're not used to having people. So, little result. Let's get her back. Well, after that first fish, it completely spooked everything off. And I've tried my best to get him feeding again. and I haven't seen a fish. So I've moved to another swim. I seen a beautiful white koi, and he was close. He kept coming under the bait and under the hook bait, and he'd come and look at it and come and look at it and come and look at it. And I was thinking, he's going to take it, he's going to take it, he's going to take it. And I took my eye off the hook bait for 2 seconds, and I got done by another little pasty, another little one, another beautiful little fish, perfect condition. Well, they're getting slightly bigger. I was just putting that pasty back, and the koi was there still. I couldn't believe it. He wasn't spooked. But then this fish popped up. Nice little common, maybe 5-6 pound. Nice fish. Lovely dark tail on him. Lovely scales. Beautiful condition mouth. Like I say, these fish aren't fished for, so it's really nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Find a way, and off she goes. Well, since having those fish earlier, it's completely switched off, and I've not seen a fish. I've walked around 4 or 5 times, and there's no activity at all. So the first fish I've seen, regardless of the size, I've had to drop onto. So I just dropped in then, and managed to pull out another little pasty. Beautiful little common. It's got her fins up. Perfect little mouth. Sucking away. And I'm about done. I've had my fun. I've had my few hours. I've had a good time. Made the most of an opportunity, and let's see what happens next time. Thanks for watching. Take care and tight lines.